What's up, guys? It is the day before Toy Fair, and we've already got a bunch of news, tons of reveals, whole bunch of accidental reveals, as is always the case, right? Never goes to plan. So we're going to talk about what's come out so far, and then whatever opinions I have on some of this stuff. So we're going to do mostly Hasbro, because, well, yeah, it's Hasbro, but there is a little bit of McFarlane news as well. So they've shown off 2 new figures. We've got 2 Wonder Woman movie figures. So you've got your regular Wonder Woman, and then we've got our Golden Armor Wonder Woman. Both of them look pretty good. I don't think these are either one figures that I need personally, but what's really cool is on the back of the box, it actually has cross-sell, and it shows that we're getting Arkham, Batman, and Joker. So I don't think they've said anything about those yet. If they have, I haven't noticed it. But there's a few new figures that we have confirmed coming, and then a couple more that they sort of incidentally revealed as well. But it's all about Hasbro, of course, so we've got some actual reveals, we've got some leaks, we've got an actual pre-order that went up today, and we're going to start there. So at 8 a.m. this morning Eastern Time, Snake Eyes Convention exclusive went up for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse, and it does seem to be 100% Pulse only, treating it as a convention exclusive. This guy has a smattering of accessories. He looks fantastic. We already knew he was coming. A few days ago, we knew for sure that this guy was coming, and we didn't know if he was actually going to be for pre-order or not, but we knew the figure was en route. We do have, of course, confirmation now that he is coming. He comes with a bunch of accessories. You've got the weapons rack mount, fancy box, the whole deal. What's really cool about this, after seeing a few more reveals today from Hasbro, is that the artwork that's on this box gives us an idea of what some of the other characters down the line will look like. So if you look close enough, you can see that the new Roadblock and Scarlet that were revealed kind of line up with some of the stuff that's on this box. And speaking of those two, they were officially revealed today. So we've got Scarlet and Roadblock, both of which seem to be a little bit of a departure, at least from what I was expecting. I was kind of expecting a lot of vintage stuff, because that's just what I expected. I'm not a Joe collector. I never have been. It was a line as a kid that just sort of got chopped off and pushed to the side because I was already getting too much crap anyway. So I've never collected Joes. This is going to be the first time where I really try, and I'm curious to see where it goes, but I'm hearing a lot of negative stuff from actual hardcore Joe collectors that they don't like this. So I guess we'll see. In addition to those two, we also got a sort of accidental reveal, I suppose, of Duke. So he was shown on I think the Walmart app this afternoon. So we do know that Duke is coming, and then the rumored 5th figure would be Destro if the original lineup that we saw leaked, I don't know, weeks ago, month or so ago, turns out to be true. I'm very curious about this line. It just seems really cool. I suppose the way I put it the other day was Overwatch line had to die to bring us this line, I suppose. And if that's the case, I'm going to be somewhat happy with it. I'm definitely interested in the Snake Eyes. I really cannot wait to get him in hand, and curious to see what else they've got to show us at Toy Fair. Next up, Power Rangers. So that's a big thing for me personally, and there hasn't been a ton of stuff for this yet, but we know for sure that they're releasing some 12-inch style figures. These are definitely not collector grade figures, but they have an auto morphing feature where the heads flip, kind of like the vintage figures, except these are a lot larger. There is a Pink Ranger, a Red Ranger, and I believe I saw a Blue Ranger as well, with pretty decent face sculpts on them. Honestly, if I had to say it, I'd say the Pink Ranger head on this one looks better than the Lightning collection, but that's not a huge thing. There's also, in one of the press releases, there was a little blurb about a Build-A-Megazord, and they've confirmed that some sort of buildable Megazord is coming. It's not a Build-A-Figure in that it comes with the Lightning collection. It's its own thing. So you buy individual Zords, and they can transform into the Megazord. So the T-Rex Zord is on its own, and then the remaining 4 Zords, I believe it was Saber-Tooth Tiger and Triceratops are together, and then the Pterodactyl and Mastodon are together, and then you can build the actual Dino Megazord. No idea how big they're going to be. It says the MSRP is $15, so this sounds a little maybe kid-oriented line, not so sure yet. Again, no pictures, it was just in a press release. The big thing, though, is another accidental Walmart leak, and that is the next upcoming Power Ranger Lightning Collection wave. So we've got 4 new figures. These were already leaked a while back, just not any pictures. And these come from the Walmart app as well, so the pictures are pretty terrible. So we've got the Gold Ranger from the SDCC 2-pack, so of course, just like they did with the Red Ranger, he got a regular release, and then we're getting a regular release for Zeo Gold. We're getting the Ranger Slayer from the comic books. So this one is one that I'm not really familiar with. I know who she is, and I know of the character, but I'm not too familiar with it. And then we've got the Blue Ranger from Mighty Morphin, and then we've got Time Force Red. And to me, that's a pretty solid wave. I'm really excited for all 3 of the figures that I don't already have. I don't think there's going to be a reason to double dip on Zeo Gold just yet. There's nothing shown on this small picture that makes it seem that way, but the other 3 are absolutely must-haves. To start, the Time Force series with Red Ranger, I think works really well. I'd say the next one probably needs to be Gen Pink Ranger, but I'm really excited for that. And then the Ranger Slayer looks fantastic, and of course, Mighty Morphin Blue, so that means all we need next is the Black Ranger, since Trainee just came out in the most recent wave. And then last but certainly not least, Marvel and Star Wars. And I group them together because, well, Star Wars hasn't really shown a whole lot yet, and there is something to talk about for both. So this morning at the Hasbro investor meeting, they confirmed that yes, we have license renewal for both Marvel and Star Wars, so they are going to continue doing both for a number of years. They did not say, and they were even asked how long their agreement is. There is no known end date on that just yet. So they're going to be doing it for a while. As for Star Wars proper, the only other thing that was shown so far, really, as far as action figures, is a leak from Yak Face that shows the second half of the 40th Anniversary Wave 2. What's interesting is that Dagobah Luke is not in this. I assumed he was going to be, but we are getting a Hoth Luke as far as a new character, so he's changed up a little bit, and then we're getting a Hoth Rebel Trooper as a new character, and then we've got Lando, TIE Pilot, and then you've also got R2 done up in kind of a Dagobah goop muck look. So some new carded vintage style figures in the Black Series. I'm really looking forward to the Luke and the Hoth Trooper for sure, but as is the case with the first series of this, I'm going to have to get stuff just to keep them carded too. And then on to Marvel. So there have been some official things, and there's also been some Walmart app reveals as well, leaks. Also, during the investor meeting thing, they showed a graphic that kind of shows the transition from their IPs and their properties into products. And along with that, they also mention the Eternals movie and the D+, the Disney Plus shows. So it's not confirmation, but it sounds like we're going to be getting toys from the Eternals and Disney Plus. That seems almost guaranteed, but there it sort of is. We also got confirmation on the Age of Apocalypse Build-A-Figure, so it's going to be Sugar Man, and you can see there's a picture with the Jean Grey figure with Sugar Man's torso, head, because it's all one thing. So he's got, he's got 6 limbs, and then he's got that, so every figure could potentially come with a piece. I'm not really sure what the assortment is just yet. So you've got that finally. There was rumor that it was supposed to be Sabretooth, and that clearly is not the case now. We've also got leaks from the Walmart app regarding a Gamerverse wave. We knew this was coming, but we've only really seen, I think, the Iron Man up until now. There is a Captain America coming, which was shown, I believe it was shown at the investor call this morning, which looks kind of rough as far as I'm concerned. Not interested in that one myself. And then we've got a bunch of new stuff, but there's an odd, what seems like repack in this wave with Kamala Khan. She seems like the exact same figure that's already been out before. Maybe a few minor visual tweaks, but she seems pretty similar. And then we've got Rage, which I'm very excited about. That's kind of a lesser known character, I suppose. Mach 1. And then we've got Leader, which I'm very excited about. He looks really, really classic-ish. And then we've got Marvel, so that's a big one as far as I'm concerned. This is an interesting wave. It's also got what seems like a reuse, retool of Abomination as the Build-A-Figure, so that's just kind of odd. In a general sense, they're pulling from all over for this one. I'm assuming that maybe gives away some things for this Avengers game, so spoilers a few minutes ago. And then lastly, we've got some actual reveals from Hasbro that they sent out. So there is another Venom wave coming, and we kind of knew this. I believe there were some rumblings for this as well, but we've got 3 figures confirmed so far, and all of them are Venomized figures. There's a Venomized Captain America, a Venomized Miles Morales, and then there's also a Gwenom, which I think look fantastic. I have no attachment to any of this kind of stuff, where it comes from, what story it is, but I love symbiote characters, and these are different and kind of goofy and weird, especially that cap, so I'm very interested to see what's going on there. So I think that's everything so far. There hasn't been, maybe it's not as much stuff as it sounds like, but it's been a busy day looking at all this stuff and finding stuff out. I'm really interested in the G.I. Joe stuff. Again, it's not a thing for me. It never has been, but I guess it's going to be. I'm going to kind of ride with it and see where it goes. I don't have an opinion one way or the other yet on how these figures look. Very interested in all the Marvel stuff, so there's definitely a ton more to come. So we will see, and I will try to do whatever I can to provide some more news this weekend as stuff rolls out. I'll catch you next time.